Hi folks, Adam's Autos here, and have I just accidentally bought the rarest Yamaha in the UK? As the followers of the channel know, the trials and tribulations I've had with this bike. I bought it about a year ago, immense problems getting it to run right. I finally got there, which I'll talk about in a moment. And also the good news that it's now road legal. It's MOT'd, as you know, it's now insured and taxed. So yeah, as you know, trials and tribulations, this wasn't running like poo when I got it. Various false starts, no pun intended. Finally, I got it to run a lot better. After going through 3 sets of carbs, the last set that was on there needed a little T-piece for the fuel to go in. You can't get any from Yamaha. I did a cross-reference on the carbs. It turned out the Ducati Monster shares the same carbs, albeit only 2 of them, obviously. But the T-piece was the same, so I managed to acquire that. So, set of carbs in. You know, and we thought that was that. It'd be, you know, all that's left is for carb balancing. No, we still had issues. I thought, right, okay, let's have a look at the ignition system. I know the last guy that owned it, he'd been over it and done things, and you know, and seemed to think it was that. And actually, what I found, he may not have been far off, but going down the wrong chute slightly, maybe. So I thought, right, we'll pull the plugs out, see what the state's in, because I assumed that he'd replaced the plugs. When I got to the plugs, it turned out they must have been in there about 20 years. One of them didn't even have a tip on it. Fortunately, I found out that that's not really something to worry about with these. It can be a common occurrence. So anyway, I changed the spark plugs. She's got OEM coils. The pair that was in there were third party. They weren't FZR coils. I don't know there's much difference, but anyway, I bought a pair of second-hand coils that were the right for the FZR. They're now in there. Put it all back together, fired it up. It runs on all 4 with or without choke. It seems to run a bit better on choke. So again, that's, to me, that's a tuning issue. So that's that. And I have had it out on a quick run around the block, but I'll talk about that. I'll do a special video on that in the near future, being as you know, I'm legal with this now. So that was that. Yeah, we're pretty much all but there. As I say, the sticking point is getting the carbs done, or balanced, I should say. Once that's done, I have a fork seal, and then we'll have to see about getting the tyres done, because these are really old, which is annoying because there's lots of tread on them, you know, and they don't look bad. But I'm not going to do them until the engine's bedded. I'd say I'll spend a little bit of time bedding the tyre, bedding the engine in, and then we'll get the tyres done. And as I say, I've also got an original pipe in there as well, because the last one fell off and the link pipe bent and all sorts. But it was actually cheaper for me to find an original can than it was to get another exhaust system on there. But anyway, so that's that. Well, now we're there. Actually, I'm going to get another key cut. I need to do that as well. But now we're there. I'll go and have a piece again. I found out I need a couple more brackets for the fairing. I'll go on and hunt them down. I seem to do pretty well over that. I mean, the chain guard, for example, the chain guard come from Italy, and there's like a little bracket on the swinging arm there. That wasn't there, but I collared one in a box of brackets from Germany. So, you know, this is all there. And I was watching, I'll give him a plug because I love Jeff. I was on Jeff Buy's Cars watching one of his videos the other day, which is really amusing. And he's just got this Austin Montego Countryman. It's a 2-litre turbo diesel estate. And he uses how many left quite a lot because of the weird and wonderful cars he buys in. And, you know, and I've noticed on there in the past. So anyway, I thought, to me, these, you know, they're not... Yamaha XUp 1000s or FZR 1000, although they're very uncommon, they're not hard to get hold of. You can go online and guarantee there'll be 2 or 3 for sale somewhere, but they're all different model designations. This one is the RU, which I think is the first one that had the upside down forks. You know, so there was a lot of things that come in onto the RU that the previous models maybe didn't. So anyway, yeah, I've gone to howmanyleft.com, and would you believe, of the RUs in the UK, there is now 16. And as of the screenshot that I've showed you from how many left, there was only one FZR 1000 RU on the road. That was done obviously before I got this one back on the road. So it now should read as 14 sawned and 2 on road. So yeah, have I accidentally bought one of the most rare Yamahas in the country? Because you can't get any rarer than 1 or 2. All right, technically, yeah, we can say, you know, 16 in total, but 2 on the road, that means in the whole of the UK, there's only one other FZR 1000 RU on the road right now. That's just bonkers to me. But sometimes you have these things. There's actually more Thunderbirds, which will be the next thing I'll talk about. Then there are these. Crazy, isn't it? Anyway, I'll leave it there. Love and light from me, Adams Autos. I'll see you in the next one. I don't know when or where that'll be, but I will see you then. Ta-da.